Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rob. Welcome back to Rule of Two Review, where we put a positive spin on your gaming news. And today, I'm going to discuss what could possibly be the best-selling game of the year. Okay, so this is a topic that actually came up amongst myself and some of my friends a couple of days ago, and I even got involved in another conversation online with somebody about this, and I thought it was a pretty interesting topic. It's one of those kind of things that's really fun to predict. What could really be the best-selling game of the year? As previously established, we're pretty far into the year. It's almost September, past the halfway point. We've got the holiday season upcoming to look forward to. So, obviously some of the biggest titles of the year are going to be releasing soon, and there's kind of a lot to pick from. It's going to be a huge year. So, I've had some conversations, thrown out some of my own suggestions and theories. Other people have thrown out theirs. They're all good ones. There's kind of a lot to consider. So I figured I would make this real quick video touching on some of the possibilities and see what it is you guys think. Okay, so this is really hard because, like I said, there's kind of a lot to pick from. Pretty much every system except for the PlayStation Vita could be represented here. God, I keep even thinking of games to add to this list here I've got in front of me. So, I don't know. I guess the big question is, could the best-selling game of the year end up being something that's already released as of this recording in August, or do we think it's going to be something that's going to come out after this time for the over the holiday throughout the rest of the year? Then of course there's a whole conversation of if it's if we're looking at U.S. sales or worldwide sales. What I'm kind of considering, or at least trying to consider, is really worldwide sales. I just think that's more fun. It's more complete, and the numbers are bigger, so it's just more fun to talk about bigger numbers. A game that might sell 1.5 million copies in the U.S. could be selling 5 or 6 million worldwide. There's a whole other conversation you can have about, multi-platform games, because some games sell, 7 or 8 million copies across 3, 4, 5 different systems. So I'm really just considering it overall as the title. So a game that would come out on multiple systems, it's just that title. Games that are exclusive, same thing. It's going to be just that title for that one game. You do have to consider that a game that is multi-platform definitely has an advantage over system exclusive games, but that's just the way it is, and it's just kind of fun to talk about it. So when I think of games that have already come out, there's really only 2/2.5 that come to mind. Let me pull up my list here. And I was looking at some VG chart stuff too, trying to prepare and try and get an idea of what could be happening. So, there's like I said, 2.5 games that have already released that I think will definitely be in the running, or would be part of the conversation coming the end of the year of the best-selling games. And that's going to be Watch Dogs and Mario Kart 8. And the point 5 is going to be The Last of Us Remastered, because I feel like that game is going to sell really, really well by the end of the year. Of course, the numbers are going to be a little bit skewed because you have to think that a lot of the people who would have wanted to play that game very potentially could have already played it on the PlayStation 3. So that's kind of a unique beast where it's, again, as stated in the title, a remaster of an older game, and an older game that was extremely popular and sold fantastically well. That being said, I feel like I can see a very strong sales future for that game, the PlayStation 4 Remastered Edition, which I'm completely okay with and happy with. I think in the US in its first week, it had almost 300,000 copies sold, so not bad. Really, really good for that kind of game that's already been released on a previous system only a year ago. I think just a year ago as of the time that the game actually released in July. So that's pretty cool. I think that The Last of Us definitely stands for something. Mario Kart has sold extremely well, again, for being a system exclusive. The game has sold, I think, 2.5 million or so. I'll kind of pull up some of my notes and my VG chart stuff while I've got it in front of me. But I think the game has sold about, let me see, I'm actually pulling it up right now. How fast is my internet? Mario Kart 8 is, wow, I was close, yeah. 2.3 million, so almost 2.5 million copies worldwide since its launch, which is fantastic. Really, really high-selling game for a system exclusive. You have to think that for system exclusives, it definitely has a chance of being the best-selling, again, system exclusive game. So that definitely has something to say. It's going to have most of this year too, from May to December, to count in with its total of sales. And then what was the other? Oh, Watch Dogs, of course. That's a big one. From its first day, they were talking about how many copies it sold, how many they shipped within that first day and within that first week. It's been doing fantastically. Again, aided by the fact that it is on 5 platforms. PS3, PS4, 360, Xbox One, PC, and the Wii U version will come out by the year. So by the end of 2014, 6 platforms will be supported by that game. And, it's already one of the best-selling games in a very, very long time. Ubisoft was very happy and proud to say that it was the best-selling opening day sales of a new IP ever. So pretty cool. Kudos to Ubisoft in that game. It's a game I'm very excited for. Talked about it in many videos in the past. Can't wait to get my Wii U version when that comes out this year. So that's the one I'm waiting for. I know some people didn't like it as much as we expected, but I remain very, very excited. The game looks awesome. Can't wait to play it. So that's, kind of touching on the games that have already come out this year. But of course, what we really know we're going to be talking about are the games that come out for Christmas. Okay, so like I said, holiday is kind of right around the corner. We're getting up to it, Next month starts one of the biggest fall/holiday releases of the year. Usually around September, October is when it feels like that fall season for the gaming release titles kind of starts to kick into high gear, which is really pretty cool. The big one next month is Destiny. And Destiny, I think, is going to do pretty darn well for itself, The buzz is really positive. The beta went smashingly. I played the beta. You've seen a lot of footage on the site from me. And I love the game, and I cannot wait for it. As I've said a couple times, it's the game that I reserved a white PS4 Destiny bundle for. So I'm literally buying my PlayStation 4 because that's the system that I want to play Destiny on. That's a pretty powerful statement when you think about what that game is achieving. So I'm going to come back to Destiny in a minute, but let me again pull my list back up here. Some other games that we know are going to be coming out this year. I think that the Halo Master Chief Edition is going to do pretty darn well. I think that game will probably sell more than Titanfall, the Xbox One version of Titanfall, by the end of the year. I think that game is going to have even more appeal than people might be giving it credit for, and it's going to be great because, honestly, Titanfall has been the only Smash success game that the Xbox One has had, and I'm all about that game having another really popular, successful title this year. I don't think Quantum Break is set for this year. If you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's 2015, but I also don't think that game really has the hype or buzz yet to really be able to predict it selling so amazingly well. But Halo Master Chief Edition, I definitely say watch out for that. There is the GTA 5 remaster, or whatever they're calling it, the one that's being released for the new generation consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I don't really think that that's going to be the best-selling title of the year. I don't really think it has that opportunity. But I do think it's going to sell smashingly well, probably a couple million copies per unit. Again, worldwide, both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I think they're both going to sell really well. And so let me get into, 2 of the other 3. Here's another one. Pokemon. And I don't remember what they're called, that XX and XY or something, which I know is, male and female. I don't know what they're called, and I'm not a huge Pokemon guy, but there are 2 Pokemon games, of course, coming out this year. Is that the Soul Silver or something? Maybe that's an older one. Shit, I didn't look it up. I'm an asshole. But it's coming out this year. That's going to sell crazy because we all know Pokemon does ridiculous numbers. So to be fair, there is a chance that could be the best-selling game of the year. But there's 2 other console releases that I want to touch on that I think, of course, have a good shot. The obvious one is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I think that this is going to sell much, much better on Ghosts. People are going to be, a little more settled into the new generation than they were when Ghosts came out last year, launching with the PS4 and Xbox One. I think that the hype and the excitement for that game is much higher because the game looks fresher and newer than Call of Duty has looked in a long time. The next-gen versions finally look decidedly super next-gen. So I think that Advanced Warfare is going to kind of pick up from the sales of Ghost. And Ghosts did really well. Let's not be crazy. That game sold well on all platforms. But it didn't sell quite as well as Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 3 before that. So when you look at Advanced Warfare, I think the hype for Call of Duty is picking up again. It feels fresher to a lot of people. It does bear, a resemblance to Titanfall. A lot of people talk about that. But I think that that's going to actually work in the game's favor and hopefully help it sell a little bit more. I'm ridiculously excited for it. You've probably heard me talk about that. I love Call of Duty. I think Advanced Warfare looks freaking awesome. So I can't wait to get that game. I think that it's going to be... Basically, what I'm getting at is because I think it's going to be, selling better than what Ghosts did. I think it has a pretty good chance to be the best-selling game again. Ghosts wasn't last year because I think it was GTA 5, but I think that Advanced Warfare has a pretty good shot. The other game that has a really good shot is Smash Brothers. I think that Smash Brothers, it's these games come out so few and far between. And, if anything, Mario Kart proved that when Nintendo comes out guns blazing with their AAA, ridiculously high quality, exclusive first party games, they sell like mad. The Wii U has only 7 million. Let me pull it back up. I think 6.9, 7 million. Yeah, almost 7 million units sold worldwide. And that game in just a couple months has sold 2.5 million. So that's like a 1/3 attach rate. That's like 1/3 of every Wii U owner has that game. That is nothing compared to what other previous Call of Duties and Grand Theft Autos and stuff have done. So Smash Brothers, when you look at how dedicated people are to that, and the fact that Wii U's are going to start flying off the shelf this year with all of the good games and all the good buzz that Nintendo's having and so much going on there, Smash Brothers, and even this, all the previous Smash Brothers games have been some of the best-selling games of all time. So that series is a force to be reckoned with. So all those factors considered, Smash Brothers has a very, very good chance of being the best-selling game of the year. If I were to leave a prediction, and I'll wrap the video up here, if I was to leave a prediction, I think it's going to be between Smash Brothers or Destiny, and probably Destiny. I think if I really had to guess and was a betting man, I would say Destiny's going to sell more. Even though, you have to consider that, of course, we're looking at 4 platforms for Destiny, and only the one for Smash Brothers. I think Smash Brothers might have, of any individual version of Destiny, I think Smash Brothers may sell more than all of those. But again, when you combine the sales for Destiny, I think that it's going to have the biggest and best shot at being the highest selling game of the year. That's probably going to be my prediction. Again, you're going to see Watch Dogs in that list. You're going to see Mario Kart 8 in that list. You're going to see Halo on that list, and you're going to see Grand Theft Auto and Pokemon. You're going to see those games on that list of, the best 5, 6, 10 selling games of 2014. But mark my words, it's going to be either Smash Brothers or Destiny. And I should say that even though I think it's going to be Destiny, and deservedly so, because man, that game is awesome. I cannot wait. At the end of the day, I kind of feel like Smash Brothers, if it does do it, it's going to be a really big testament because, again, that game is a system exclusive with only one version. I think it's going to have a really good fighting chance, and even if it comes in second, that's going to be saying a lot for that kind of game. And the power of the really strong first-party system exclusive, regardless of who's making it. So, yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. That was sort of my quick, 10-minute quick kind of conversation about what's going on with sales and kind of some fun predictions that me and some other people have thrown out lately about what could be the best-selling games of the year come the end of 2014. All right, so that's it for the fun sales talk about the year and all the good games that have come out and will be coming out pretty soon. One quick last thing I want to leave you guys with as I finish this video out. Starting tomorrow and throughout this week, it's kind of going to be hard for me to make videos for a long time. Rule of Two Review may be out of commission video-wise for about 3 to 4 weeks or so. I'm kind of like moving. It's sort of hard to explain. I've just got I'm just like shifting some of where I am at and what I'm doing with some of my personal stuff that I don't want to get into. Not bad, but it's just stuff I don't want to get into. It's going to make it hard for my equipment to be set up and available for me to do normal videos. What I might be able to do, and I probably will do, is do some kind of quote-unquote on-the-road type of vlog stuff with my phone, just to kind of get a couple quick updates in about some fun things. So you may see like a crazy video of me sitting outside at a bench, or maybe even in my Jeep, just recording something for a couple minutes, just to get something on the channel. But I don't want you guys to freak out or think anything's going on. I just am moving some of my gear around, and for a couple of weeks, it's going to be really hard for me to make any new news videos and commentary videos. But have no fear. Once everything is kind of rearranged and settled down, I will be back in force. Rule of Two Review ain't going anywhere. I'm seeing a lot of success, loving the video. Had a lot of positive responses and feedback from my questions video that I just did. So there's no reason to think that I'm going to be going anywhere. If you don't see videos for a while, I just don't want anyone who, enjoys Rule of Two Review to worry and think that it's gone or I'm gone for good, because that certainly isn't the case. It just got some stuff to kind of move around for a bit. So that's that. Again, thanks for tuning in for this video. Really fun talking about what could be the best-selling game of the year. I feel really good about my predictions, Destiny or Smash Brothers. It's going to be one of those. Share what it is you guys think. What are you most looking forward to? If you had to place a bet, what do you think will be the best-selling game come the end of 2014? So, of course, follow the links below to the Facebook page. If you just stumbled upon the video, please feel free to like and subscribe to Rule of Two Review, and share your comments and your thoughts about the games and stuff below. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next video, hopefully pretty soon.